everybody. What's up, Bill? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate y'all. How's everybody doing this morning? You speak Portuguese? I was in Portugal last year. I used to know some Portuguese, but that's a wild language. I'm mostly practicing this morning. I appreciate it. I just practice a lot. I enjoy this instrument. I haven't been playing guitar as much lately, though. I'm writing a lot of electronic music, and I've been playing the synthesizer most. I'm trying to get my piano chops up, so it's been fun. And then I've got all different types of machines I'm learning how to use. But I figured this morning I'm gonna get up here and play some math rock. I'm learning some Chan songs. These are songs I learned to kind of push my dexterity. Working. Good, man. I'll be alive for probably, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then stop, Boston. Go on. Go on. He's acting like we didn't just cuddle. I'm working on a couple of tracks. Here, I'll show you the song I'm working on that I got to finish today. I learned a really cool production trick. So if there's any other producers, check this out. If you grab an LFO, I use Ableton. Ableton is my main DAW. It's kind of replaced Logic for me. I used to be a big Logic guy. But if you grab an LFO, you can map the LFO or low frequency oscillator to different parameters. So what you're about to hear, I mapped my LFO to my volume and to my panning. So it's going to give my track, the synthesizer, like a really cool, like if you've ever listened to the artist Flume, you've heard this sound, but check it out. So that's going to be the intro to the track. I'm still working out the LFO cycling, but I'll show you this is my main bar that I'm going to be expanding into a full song. Oh, that's just drums. Hang on, I got to... Where is everything else? Oh, that's why, because it's, let's just go to the main. Yeah, so it's cool. I love taking ideas like this, creating like a little 8-bar loop and turning it into a whole ass track. Hey, I appreciate you, man. All right, let's get back to some guitar music. That's what I'm working on. I write, I compose music for, that's more individual artistry, but I also got some tracks I do for commercial music. I'm putting together like a portfolio of work to throw at another library to try to get back into sync, or get into sync. Alright, this is going to be a practice run. this up. That's the hardest solo I've ever tried to learn, man. Mario in the 90s. What's up, man? How you doing, Caleb? I'm just practicing guitar. What's up, Fred? Good to see you back on here, man. Let me loop this solo real quick. Let's slow it down so I get more notes, and then we'll bump it back up to speed. That's hard to think about when there's polyrhythms going on. All right, I also need to check out. There's a chord in here that got me. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing wrong. Fat picks? No, I don't know what that is. I'm using, this is a DeAndrea Jazz 3. It's basically made out of the same material as the Fender mediums, that Tortex. Yeah, it's my dog getting comfortable in the back. But it's 1.5 millimeters. I really like them. They're really warm. They sound really close to my hand. I have one that's 80 millimeters somewhere. Where is it? Let me see. I don't remember. Look at that. You ever seen one that thick? Yeah, look how big that is. Hey, let's see if I can play the song with it, though. That's the test of a good pick. Let me bump up the speed, too. We're going to do 80% speed. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to try to play the whole thing with this giant thing. Look at it. Massive, bro. But, you know, the benefit of using really big picks like this is that they train your picking to be really precise. Because they, you know, it's a lot less surface area to move. So I like using these when I'm working on like really fast passages because it just makes my picking hand on point. And the other thing that's really helping my picking hand a lot too is playing the piano. I take piano lessons through Melodics, and because I'm a producer, I don't care to be a Beethoven or a Bach or to be a concert hall pianist, but I like to sketch my ideas out on piano first, and then do different types of arrangements. But I feel like piano is definitely helping my right hand technique get dialed in, and every now and then I bought this. I was having really bad hand pain, and this was highly recommended for people who have like arthritis in their hands. Yeah, they're actually your mom's dresses. She leaves them over here when she leaves BLM. But before the rude comment, So I got this to help with right hand pain, but it turned out to be my strings were too thick. So I switched over and I play light gauge strings. I only play 9 to 42 if I'm in E standard. I don't know what that is. But all right, let's try to play some Chan with this big fat pick. Let's see what happens. I can't, dude. It's so big. This thing is giant, dude. I gotta really focus though. I can't do this part. It's too big. It rakes over too many strings, dude. That's too big, but that's fun. I had to really focus, man. I had to really focus for like most of that. Trying to get that. It's so big, it's not nearly as precise as this. But now coming back to this is... Because the problem is on this, it's all string skipping and sweep bass. What's your chat? I can't read while I'm playing guitar. You're a bass guitar? Got it. What effects I have on? Someone thinks I have overdrive? I'm not running overdrive at all. I'm using a Tollmaster Pro this morning. Because today is Tollmaster Tuesdays, where I got to make a video after this live stream. But I have a compressor on, and then I'm running a split path. So pan a little bit to my left is a Princeton amp, and a little bit to my right is a Vox amp. And then I have a little bit of slapback on. I'm not running any overdrive outside of what the amps give me. If I do want overdrive, it sounds like this. That's up to you, Jank, JNK or Junk. I tend to use. Yeah, it just depends on the song. Some songs, like if it's a metal song, you really don't want to get delay in there because, well, it depends on. It just really depends on the song, brother. That's the best way I could describe, or the best way I could answer you. Use your ears and try it. See what you like. And not every solo requires distortion. Know that too. Again, you're asking me like a really open-ended question, and my response is it it just depends. It depends on the song, it depends on the mix, it depends on the vibe. Like there's just a lot of, it's hard to say like blanket answer this. Usually I do, but this morning I'm just working through some math rock stuff, and answering like guitar questions. I don't want to get lost in the I don't want to get lost in just playing request after request, because then sometimes it goes down cringe. Yeah, but very good chords. Thanks for giving us that. Yeah, man. I tend to write a lot with, like, in my own personal writing, sevenths, ninths, elevenths. I haven't really messed with 13ths, and like 6/9 chords. So like that C6/9 here. I love that like longing. I wrote a whole song where it's like this. It's centered around that chord. Oh, just messing around. Yeah, he's just trolling for likes. Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, man. No worries. No, I don't know any UFO. It sounds like Fall of Troy. Hell yeah. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Mark. I appreciate you. Yeah, man, that's Chon. I've been playing Chon all morning. You're the first person to get it. And I've been playing it on a Chon guitar. So I appreciate you, Bell Pepper. Hopefully you're red. Red bell peppers are my favorite. But I like all bell peppers. Green are kind of meh. I like them to have a little color in them. I mean, I guess it technically is, but you know what I mean? Green's kind of like vanilla. It is a color, homie. I'm just saying it's not. I feel like if you go to a grocery store, you either buy green bell peppers or you buy the variety pack. And the variety pack has red, yellow. What other colors in there? Orange? So that's what I'm trying to say. It's separated. You got green and you got everything else. Go to the grocery store. You know what I'm talking about. I don't discriminate. I'm just saying, when it comes to bell pepper, all the other colors are by far superior. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. Yeah. And also, I'm not left-handed. The image is just flipped. It's mirrored. Well, you know what? Let me. Yellow is just led better than green. Where do you live? Because I get them here in the South. Bro. Anyways, what I really wanted to play was Wonderwall. Here it is. Woo! I had to breathe, bro. No, I don't. Stereo. What's your name, Steven? Yeah, what's up, man? From Kansas. I'm from South Carolina. No, when I'm playing this stuff, I'm not thinking bump, 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 bump. I mean, there's some parts where when it rests, it was like play 1, 2, rest 4, 5, 1. And I have to think that because my brain wants to just stop for 2, and I have to tell myself, no, there's a third rest in there. Play. So sometimes, yeah, but most of the time when I'm playing this, I'm not thinking 1, 2, because most of this is in 5/4, and I think there's a spot that switches into it. Kind of oscillates between 3/4, 4/4, and 5/4. In this case, there's no drummer, but it typically, like, say if I'm playing a Tool song, I'm listening to Danny, and Danny's doing all the subdivisions for me. For this, I'm playing with the metronome. So the metronome's kind of my drummer and keeping it, but most of the time it's really just following the rhythm and knowing the song. Now, composing this solid music is a completely different beast. Yeah, you're counting there, because if I'm trying to write a riff in 7/8, then I need to think about my subdivisions. I can't just like noodle around. I mean, maybe you can just noodle around and figure it out, but typically if I'm writing something in a compound meter, I am going to start counting it out. Like, for example, if we're going to write something in 7/8, that means I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So instead of counting it like that, I might count it in 3 and 4. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I'm going to write something like that, let's say we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I would count it there, but if I've got the sheet music in front of me, no, I'm not counting, bro. I mean, you just gotta keep in mind, like, I've been a musician for more of my life than over half of my life. My first instrument was flute. I picked it up when I was like 10. I've played flute, I've played baritone, I've played saxophone, I've played trombone, indoor percussion. So when you're learning those instruments, when I was in middle school, learning how to be a a musician, yeah, I would have to count in my head 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. But right now, no. I hope that answers your question, man. Any of them, the best. Use your money. Play a Buckethead song. No, I'm not in a band. Nope. I run a company and I compose music. I've got a son coming, so I don't really have time to commit to a band right now. I have no idea what it's like to be a father, but being a dad is my number one priority in life, and being a good business owner. Hold on, I'm going to change it up a little bit. Thanks for the claps on me. I appreciate you. No, I don't listen to Cannibal Corpse. That's not my speed, homie. Lately, what I mostly listen to lately is electronic music. This is the first time I played guitar since Friday, I think. I'm just in a big writing phase of my life right now. This is kind of me just taking a break from writing, but when I'm done with this, that's what I'm going back to doing. I listen to everything, man. I mean, you just grow as a musician, you know? At least I have. Don't get me wrong, if you go back to my live stream on Friday, I mean, I started off playing metal, but um, I'm just, you'll see me across genre. I'm not married to any one genre. That's kind of my strength, you know? And that's why I can play anything. And I don't mean to say that as like hoity-toity. I've just put the time in and learn. Like right now, I'm about to play some Bach because Bach really boosts your dexterity. That's a finger twister. That's where I'm at. Here's the hardest part of this whole song. 6-string guitar, believe it or not. Hold on, I gotta turn this reverb down. Where's that want to go? For what? This is just Bach, bro. You guys play video games? Okay. You play Baldur's Gate? Oh no. Hang on, I'm trying to find it. This is the best song on the whole game. How many hours do I practice a day? Lately, not as many as I used to. I mostly write music now, so I play a lot of piano and I program a lot of MIDI. But I would say at my peak of practice, I'd probably play anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a day. My alarm clock's let me know it's time to get off here and go compose music. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm blessed. I produce music full time, you know, and I run a company where I help other guitar players learn how to do music production, which we just broke. I think I saw this morning another person joined. We just broke 55 students, so that's awesome. That's great. I guess I'll put a link down if any of y'all are interested. Let's see. I love video game music. Video game music is because you have to compose it in a completely different way, man. But yeah, this is my website. I have a Tollmaster Pro course out, and then I work with people one-on-one. So if you're interested in getting help, you know, with whatever you're trying to do, either music production or guitar-wise, feel free to shoot me an email at damianandymusic@gmail.com. Here, I'll put it in the chat. Yeah, man, I love this thing. It's such a great practice instrument. I don't know. I'm a Taylor acoustic fan because I have this and I have a Taylor steel string as well. But I really like it. It's not expensive. This is a Mexican version, so I think I paid like $800 for it, and it's just a great practice tool. I'm not a classical guitar player, but I like to pretend I am. So it's perfect for people like me. What was I gonna play? Man, I gotta hang now. I don't know where that came from, but it's starting to hurt now. Let's try this. This is Malagueña. I haven't played this in a long, long time. I need to slow that down, though. I can't play that 165. Jesus. Dude, if you're not a fan of how they play, you haven't played the right one. That's one of the main reasons I got this. This and my other steel string acoustic. They're the best playing guitars, bro. You must have just played a dud, so don't give up on them. I was planning, before I found out I had a son on the way, I was planning to do an acoustic duo, and I was joining like a southern rock band, and I needed to have an acoustic guitar for that because I didn't have one that was really like, I had one that I did with Ethan Wooten, and that guitar would beat my hand up. After 3 hours of doing like an acoustic duo set, my hand would just be like, I don't want to play guitar anymore. So I went to Guitar Center, and at first I was playing a Gibson J45, a Gibson Hummingbird, then I had a couple of Martins laid out, and I was just going back and forth. I was, honest to God, I was probably going to get the Gibson J45 Walnut Edition. I just thought that guitar sounded amazing. And then my buddy was like, hold on, we just bought a Taylor. Try this guitar out. And I got a Taylor, I don't remember the numbers. It's an American made. They bought it for $400 because the guy thought it was a Mexican guitar. And I bought an American Taylor for $800. And then I put the LR Bags Anthem in it, pickup in it. And it plays just as well as like an electric guitar. Like, I've played electric guitars that are harder to play than my Taylor. So they're great guitars, man. They really are. If you played a bad one, don't give up on them, because most of the time people don't know how to take care of their instruments anyways. They don't understand truss rod adjustments and, you know, etc. But and I don't play heavy strings. You're not going to catch me on acoustic. I play 10s, and really I want to go down the 9s, but I like the way 10s sound. So don't give up on it, man. Keep practicing. The only reason why I can sit here and pull up music and play it on the spot is because I've probably been doing this longer than you've been playing guitar. So just know that it's a process, man. Back when I was really getting back into guitar, like during the COVID time, is when I really started stepping back into guitar and be like, wow, I might actually want to try to do this as a career. It would take me months before I learned how to play. Like, I used to play a lot of Avenged Sevenfold when I was first getting started, and it would take me forever, man, forever. But that's the process, you know. My biggest tip for you is to play every day and have structured practice. Like, you should do some parts where all you do is exercises. You know, I feel like a lot of guitar players, they get stuck in just exercise world where they're just trying to build technique. But you gotta practice a couple of things. You gotta practice. I'll recommend what you practice, and you do whatever you think is best for you. But if I could go back to my old self and give myself a little bit more structure to get to where I am now, the things I would tell my younger self is warm up first, and I've got a warm up routine that I do. Then I would tell my younger self to practice technique for the first 15 minutes. Technique and music theory and learning how to map things on the fretboard. Then I would spend time learning a song, and then I would spend time playing songs that I already learned just to stay in the groove. But most importantly, practice with a metronome. So, you know, there's technique things like you need to know your major scales, and you need to know what the notes are. So knowing that this is G major. You know, then I would learn all the arpeggios in a major scale. And I'm playing sevenths, so... I missed the fifth, but that's okay. And I would run those up and down, and then I would learn them in different positions. Yeah, then I would do finger drills too. Like, you've probably seen people talk about this chromatic exercise. Do that until you're comfortable with it. Then once you're comfortable with it, get more juice out of it by keeping your hand down and doing this. And just doing different permutations like that. And then the other thing you need to work on really is your right hand. I feel like the left hand gets all the attention because it does all the big movements. This is the most important hand. If you don't have this hand dialed in, it doesn't matter what this hand is doing. So I would pull up a metronome and go something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triplet, 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 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and just practice that. Triplet, 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 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a triplet, 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 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, you know, and work on that and get your rhythm dialed in, because when I'm playing songs, most of the time you guys don't know if I'm playing right or wrong notes if it's with the right rhythm. So rhythm's the most important thing. And then once you do that, you get your technique work in, then learn hard songs. Learn hard songs. And what I mean by hard songs that are hard for you at your difficulty, or at your difficulty level, or whatever you want to call that, at your experience level. So if you are, thinking about RuneScape, if you are level 15 guitar playing, don't try to play something that requires level 90. You know what I mean? Like, learn some stuff that's more suitable for a level 15 guitar player. I'm a RuneScaper is how my brain thinks about it. But you just really, you're gaining experience points. And you just need to know that if you want to play how I play, or anyone else that you enjoy watching, just know that it's the only reason we're able to play like this is because we have time in the game. I don't have some God-given gift and ability that allows me to bypass time. If anybody tells you that, they're trying to sell you something. I promise you. Like if you worked with me, I'll just be honest with you. I'd be like, it's going to take this amount of time. You know, I'm going to help you get, you know, maximize your time, but it still takes time. There's no substitute for your ass in the seat with a guitar in your lap. Just know that now. And the other thing too that I have to remind myself is take breaks. I tend to find, especially at the amount of time I have with this instrument, the more breaks I take, when I come back to it, I'm better than I was if I were just to like muscle my way through it. And that's because your hands have muscle memory, and you're going to develop muscle memory. So you know, it's got to have time for diffuse thinking, just like my brain. You know, diffuse thinking is like, for example, let me give you. If you've never heard of diffuse thinking, you've probably at least experienced it, where it's like you're trying to do a math problem, you can't do it, you get up, you walk around, you go play video games, then you come back, and that same problem that used to take you 5 hours takes you 5 minutes to solve. That's diffuse thinking. It's because while you're out doing something else, not thinking about it, your subconscious brain is working its way through that problem. So that way, when you come back with a fresh sense of it, you can solve it. The same thing happens with guitar and any instrument. Just approach it as an intellectual. Don't try to brute force it. But most importantly, man, you just got to learn to love it. If you can love it the way that I love it, you'll get as good as you want to be. That's what I'm finding true in my life. So, yeah, man, there's a really good book that talks about this. It's called A Mind for Numbers. That's a book recommendation if you want to study further. Another book recommendation I would advise anybody trying to learn this instrument is Zen Guitar by Philip Sudo. That's another really fantastic book for the mentality of a guitar player that you should adopt, in my humble opinion. Because I'll say this, and I'm going to get off my high horse, and I got to get to work. But, you know, one of the biggest problems that I see in guitar right now is people treat guitar like sport versus expression. So when, what I mean by that is, you know, I live stream a lot, I teach a lot, and I have a lot of conversations with a lot of guitar players. And the thing that I've noticed, especially in our younger players, people who are, I'd say, under the age of 25, and really teenager up until young 20s, is they think that they have to play like a Tim Henson to be worthy of calling themselves a guitar player. And there's nothing wrong with aspiring to that level. I mean, look, man, you heard me practicing Chan, Mario and them, they're up there. I just don't think that you should treat this like that is the end all be all. What I try to inspire students to do instead is just learn to enjoy this instrument for what it can provide. And for me, what it provides is like mental clarity. Like I play the guitar to take a break from quote unquote real life. And for me, this is like my meditative practice. So wherever I am on the instrument, there I am. I'm not worried about, oh, Tim Henson can play this, or, you know, I'm flipping through and one of my friends just play the Grand Ole Opry, or this, you know, like, because my brain goes there too. I'm only a human being. You know, when I see my friends doing really cool things and I'm still here building a business, like, you know, my brain does the same thing yours does. The difference is I just I acknowledge it and then just let it go. And then I sit here and I practice, because at the end of the day, you can only control your controllables. So in the day of social media guitar players shredding, my advice to you is to find out what the instrument means to you and just explore that in your own time. And in due time, if you continuously do that, you'll get to wherever you want to be. So, I don't know. I hope that was a good message for those that were listening. I feel like I'm preaching over here, giving a sermon. But I really do mean it, man. I really do. A lot of people ask me that stuff, and I see it. Because this is the first time where generations of guitar players are coming up with social media, where they're in this flick thing. And if you're on Instagram guitar feed, you can't flick without seeing someone doing something world class. And I think that sets a false expectation of what it means to be a guitar player. Because I promise you, guys who are out actually making money, they're not Tim Hensons. They're 4-chord heroes who can play the pentatonic scale in 90% of America. So hopefully that helps. And with that, I'm going to get off here. I'll leave you a couple seconds if you're typing anything, but I'm about to jump off here. Let me see what Shredlord said. Even me and myself, I can see how much progress I make on my fingers and learn crazy training when I was blown. Yeah, man, just takes time. Yeah, Bell Pepper, you get it. What a funny name. I'd like to know your thought process of creating your username. It's like, man, you know what's really cool? Freaking bell peppers, dude. Bell peppers slap. Yeah, that's my username. I like it. Your fingers don't listen? It's just time. It's just time, dog. This is Kirill. I'm enjoying it. I don't know what that means. This is Korea. I'm not Korea. Any other comments I got before I get going? How can I learn a song real quick? Like that. Yeah. Got any tips? Yeah, Cindy. I hope that helped. Cool. All right. Well, hey y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. I got to get to work. It was fun playing for y'all, and I'll see you. Ciao.